How's it going, guys? It's the Peruvian Trucker back with another video, and I'm coming at you from Dublin, California. You can see, let's look at the nice mountains around us. Weather's great. It's like 55 degrees, clear skies. I'm like an hour away from San Francisco, and well, I guess you guys read the title, and I'm dying to share what I bought. But I don't know, I feel like that would kill the anticipation. No, screw it, I can't help myself up. So I bought a BMW, guys. Here. So this is a 1992 BMW 7 Series, and this completes my collection, dare I say. I have a 3 Series convertible, I have a 5 Series wagon, and now I have the 7, all from the same era. And I've been actually looking for one for the longest time, and this is probably not the best time to buy a car, especially because I'm not even home to tend to my cars, but I couldn't miss it. I couldn't miss that chance. It's probably the cleanest you can find for the money. And the reason why I am not using my drone to get some nice shots of the car with this nice scenery on top of this parking lot is because I'm in a restricted area, so I can't even start up the drone. But rest assured, I will get some nice shots of this car on my way to Salt Lake City. And yes, I'm supposed to be on vacation in a couple of days. I actually took my vacation early. I'm supposed to meet my friends for a road trip in a couple of days. But this car popped up. It's a good deal, and I couldn't afford to miss it. So I had to take home time earlier to fly to California, pick it up, and drive it home. But as I was planning how I was going to bring the car home, it dawned on me that it would be a really sad thing for me to not take advantage of the fact that I now have a car on the West Coast. So there's a plan with my family to road trip it home later in the year. For now, we're going to spend some time in San Francisco, and then I'm going to drop it off at the Salt Lake City terminal. So before we get on the road, I actually wanted to share some of the stuff that came with this car, because not only is it a very clean car, it has a couple of imperfections in the paint, but overall it's really clean. But also it came with a lot of spare parts. Really, a trunk load of spare parts. So I got another set of rims with it, some cup holders, some lowering springs, another radio. There's the original suspension in the back over here in a crate. And the most important thing, if you're a BMW guy, you'll know about this and you'll appreciate it, which is a clean toolkit. This right here is the mark of a well-kept BMW. And I'm really excited about this car, guys. As you can see, the suspension is lifted a little bit in the front. That's because, again, this is not riding on the stock suspension anymore. They replaced it with regular traditional suspension. This has adaptive suspension from the factory when they were new in 1992. But, you know, it took a crap, and that's why I have it in the trunk. And also it's sagging a little bit in the back because of all the stuff that's in the trunk, clearly. But yeah, let's get on the road. I gotta drive to San Francisco, meet a friend, tourist a little bit, and then we're gonna drive east towards Salt Lake. I'm really excited, guys. Hope you like this kind of videos. Let's get to it.
The next day. No.
Good morning, guys. So it's another day. Got my breakfast. This is kind of like a tradition for me. Every time that I go on the road trip, ever since at least 2017, whether it is with my dad or with some friends, there's always at least one Starbucks stop at some point to get a caramel macchiato. Right now we are in Oakdale, California. Made it out of San Francisco last night. I spent the day with my friend. He gave me a tour of basically all of the sightseeing locations. We had to make a choice, either go downtown and like walk around, or do the main thing, which was like the harbor, go see the sea lions, Alcatraz, and then because I had the car, which is something that he doesn't have, being a local, he bikes everywhere, to drive to some of the nice locations that you can only get to by car. So we went to see the Golden Gate Bridge, Twin Peaks, some street that I can't remember the name of, but it's in a lot of movies. And honestly, that was the best choice, because it gave me an opportunity to enjoy the car. You know, I just bought it, so the more I can drive it, the more happy I am, or the more I'm enjoying it. So it's about 6:43 in the morning, and we are heading east already. I keep saying west. I'm so used to being on the East Coast that every time that I say I'm heading somewhere, I default to west. So every time that I was talking to my friend from San Francisco, I would say west, and he'd be like, but there's nothing west but the ocean. And I would have to like backtrack and correct myself. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so we're heading east, and there is a state park that I want to check out on my way out of California. We're gonna take 80. More than likely I'm gonna hit 80 later in the day, probably through the night, which is a little disappointing because I did wanna enjoy the drive, like and the scenery with my car. But I'm going to a state park right now, and that's the priority, you know, spending the day there before starting to head to Salt Lake City. Well guys, welcome to the Yosemite National Park. I'm really excited. As you can see, we drove the car all the way here. It's just a nice stop for today. And it's roughly like 55 degrees, so it's not terribly cold, but it's not warm either. And I was debating whether or not to wear pants. So I just went ahead and changed in the car into it's a better outfit.
Okay, baby. No te rías, serio. Okay, smile.
Don't smile.
Yeah.
No lo hagas reír. Serio.
Man, qué horrible este lugar, ¿eh? Sí. Right? Sorry. Okay guys, so as you can see, there's some snow around me, and basically what I wanted to do, one of the places that I wanted to visit as I am here at Yosemite, was the Sentinel Dome. It's a place that it's kind of on top of the mountain, so you can overlook the valley, and you can like walk all the way to the cliff and take some nice photos. But as you can see, there's a bunch of snow around me, like I said, so the road to get as close as you can to start hiking has been shut down. Well, that kind of killed my plans. I'm going to start driving down, like on my way out of the park, and find another spot to hike. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of the view up here with some of the snow. It's 5,000 feet of elevation at this point. And there was more to go. Oh, sorry. Well guys, so as you can see, I took a small hike. Whew. Try not to slip. On my way down from the place that I wanted to go to, there was a waterfall. So we stopped for just a little break, get some exercise, practice our balance. Look at that view. So basically, I was trying to go all the way up there to see the whole valley, but it is what it is. Personally, I would recommend to just fly to San Francisco, rent a car, and just come straight here and spend like 3 days here exploring the whole thing. But probably in summer, so that everything's been melted off or melted away, and there's no nothing's closed. Yeah. Well, let's get back to the car. It has always been a dream of mine to visit and drive on the Bonneville Salt Flats and go as fast as I can. I've watched multiple movies, watched videos on YouTube, so as you might imagine, I was really excited to finally be there. However, the entire drive there, I was debating whether or not it would be smart to drive a 1992 vehicle prone to rust on the Salt Flats. And I decided that even if I had to creep into them slowly just to get some nice views, some pictures of the car, I would do it. But weather had other plans. Turns out there had been some heavy snow in the days prior to me arriving, which had melted off by the time I got there, making the Salt Flats basically be a large lake, preventing me from driving the car on it. And that's that, guys. It's a little windy, so I don't know if the microphone will pick this up, but we are dropping off the car for a couple of months. we'll be back and continue with the road trip all the way to Florida. But I've driven about 1,000 miles on this car, and it's been flawless. So I'm really excited for what the future brings. Now I'm just flying to Florida and going on a road trip with my friends. And we'll resume this road trip at a later date.